Okay, Luxury Fred here with the 2017 Dodge Challenger RT. And you saw from the drone shot kind of the overview of the car. There's a bunch of different models of the Challenger. This, of course, is the RT. You can tell by the RT badging and the hood scoops up there. Also the Hemi badging. It has the 5.7 liter Hemi V8. And, again, classic kind of Challenger look, throwback to the 1960s Challengers. I like it. It gives you a big car. It's a big car to have two doors in, and nice rear end with the dual exhausts, which are very loud. And let's take a look, give you a tour inside. Okay, now we are inside the 2017 Dodge Challenger, and I did some research on this. So again, this is the 2017 RT edition, which gives you the 375 horsepower 5.7 liter Hemi. And that's a Hemi in a car that weighs over 4,000 pounds, just under 4,200 pounds. So it needs every bit of that 375 horsepower. It's fast, but it's not crazy fast. If you want more horsepower, you can upgrade. There is it's called the RT Scat Pack Edition, and that has a 485 horsepower, 6.4 liter 392 Hemi. Or, of course, the famous Hellcat, which has 707 horsepower, which has a 6.2 liter supercharged engine. So this car is $32,995 before options. That RT Scat Pack is another $6,000, $38,995, and the Hellcat is $64,195. So you have a basic Dodge interior. Build quality seems pretty good. Nice kind of leather wrapped steering wheel. I'm not sure of all the specific options that this car has. Automatic headlights. You've got your controls here for the windows and for opening the door. This has the optional 8-speed torque flight automatic transmission. If you move it over here, you can put it into manual mode and shift manually. You have your display for the radio and climate control and all that kind of stuff. It does not have navigation. And then this is traction control off, the screen off, control for the volume for the radio, climate controls here, and this is the sports setting that gives you more aggressive gearing and a little bit more aggressive sound as well. Kind of nice curved dashboard, sunglass holder and lights up here. Standard center console here with SD card, aux input, and USB input, and a 12-volt charger in there. And again, this is a two-door car, big doors, and then you have the back seat area here, which is big, but even though this is a big car, the back seats don't have a huge amount of footroom. You can see with that seat back, there's no footroom at all on the passenger side. And so that concludes the tour of the 2017 Dodge Challenger RT. Okay, Luxury Fred here in the very loud 2017 Dodge Challenger RT. So there's lots of different Dodge Challengers, starting with the SXT, which has a V6 with just over 300 horsepower. And then most of the other models, including this RT, have the 5.7 liter V8 engine with 375 horsepower. Now, 375 horsepower in a car that weighs over 4,000 pounds, so it's fast, but it's not crazy fast. And, it's funny, my rule for reviewing cars, I try to review only luxury cars, or I've tried to review only luxury cars. And kind of my rule has always been, if it's not part of a car rental fleet, then that qualifies as a luxury car. So I'm breaking my own rule, because this car, in fact, is a car that I rented from National Rent-A-Car. I'm an executive member of their, I think it's the, say, Emerald Club. So I'm executive member, so when you go to big airports, you can pick anything that's in the executive club area. This was, so I thought it'd be cool to rent something that I thought was a lot of fun to drive and review. So I drove this. I've actually, truth be told, I have rented these before from National. And I drove back from Los Angeles to Palm Springs yesterday in crazy rush hour traffic and was comfortable. You know, again, the engine is loud. I like to drive it in the sport mode, which I'm not sure if it's audio enhanced like some cars' exhaust is, but it's definitely prominent, and you'll see when we get on the freeway and stuff like that. But I do like the performance. It's a nice, big, comfortable car. Inside, it's very generic. It's very, you know, just like every other GM or Chrysler car with the switches and things like that. Nothing exciting. Again, this is a base model that's part of the rental car fleet. But I like the performance, I like the drive, and you know, I thought it was something that I would consider buying. Now, price-wise, this car, the least expensive, the SXT with the V6, is $26,995 base price. And then when you jump up to this model, the RT, this is $32,995. Dodge or Chrysler has some really aggressive lease rates, so I believe this car can be leased, at least in Los Angeles, for, I think it's under $300 with about $2,000 down, something like that is the promotion I was just seeing. And, you know, I think you get a good, powerful, classic muscle car, retro muscle car for the price. So now let's take it on the freeway and check out some of the, how fast it goes. So we've got 8-speed transmission, and you can put it into manual mode and shift manually. So let's do that, and let's show you what it can do. That's 85 pretty quickly. So again, 375 horsepower is a nice amount of power for this car. It's very smooth on the freeway. I think that's a benefit of its big size and kind of mass. So it, you know, settles in and rides nicely. But then again, I've got it in the sport mode, and so I'm going 80 now. And you can see you've got some good beef, even you know, when you pump it, when you downshift and floor it at 80 for passing or something like that. So now we're going 75, and as I said, the one thing I notice about this car, especially in the sport mode, is it's always reminding you that it has that Hemi engine. So when we're cruising along now, I'm not sure how much you can hear, very prominent engine noise from a positive perspective. You know, that's what I think Dodge believes the buyers of this car want, is they always want to remember they got the Hemi, and they always want to remember the power and things like that they have in their vehicle. So now we're going 84, really nice cruising on the freeway, really good feel, comfortable. Some of the other models have the leather seats, this does not, and those are the other, you know, options you can get in the different upgraded models. But all of the now I'm going too fast. All of the models except the Hellcat have this same 5.7 liter Hemi with the same 375 horsepower, other than that Rat Pack model that has the 475 horsepower bigger engine. Handling feels good also. I took it on a couple of curvy roads around here in Palm Springs, and kind of what you'd expect from a big car. I think if it was my car, I might play with the suspension or get some sport shocks or something like that to get a little tighter feel to it. This also, the RT model, has upgraded 20-inch aluminum